Hi. Welcome back to our beloved and most updated Taehyung Lovers channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment to keep us motivated in creating more content. A reflection on the small choices in life. A message from Taehyung in the story of Sul.ui and Song.hwa. I agree with what you're thinking right now. So, you made a good decision. Sul.ui, Song.hwa. These simple words appeared on KimTaehyung's Twitter timeline, better known as V from BTS, and they managed to touch the hearts of many fans. With heartfelt and sincere language, Taehyung once again tapped into the deeper layers of life. The small decisions. In a world that moves so fast, where everything seems to need to be big, important, and impactful, Taehyung instead invites us to look inward, to the small choices we make every day. What is the meaning of small decisions? Why did they become the center of attention in his tweet? And what's the connection with a quote from fictional characters Sul.ui and Song.hwa? Let's explore the answers together. Twitter as the window to Taehyung's soul. Twitter isn't just a place to share the latest updates or announce new artworks. For KimTaehyung, Twitter is an intimate space. He may not be constantly active on social media, but when he appears, his words are never just information, they're feelings. When that tweet was posted, many ARMY's BTS fans felt like they were being spoken to directly by Taehyung. Countless fans retweeted it, added personal comments, or simply replied with, "Thank you for understanding." A sentence like, "I agree with what you're thinking right now," is not just an ordinary sentence. It's a strong form of empathy, a silent yet deeply felt support. As if Taehyung knew how difficult even the smallest decision could be for someone. The small choices that shape our lives. In the morning, you decide to wear blue instead of black. In the afternoon, you choose tea over coffee. In the evening, you delay replying to someone's message because you're tired. All of these are small decisions. But often from those small things, big outcomes are born. Maybe your blue shirt boosts your confidence during a job interview. Maybe the tea helps calm your nerves while finishing a task. Maybe postponing your reply saves you from an impulsive reaction. Small decisions don't need to be spectacular to be significant. As Sul.ui and Song.hwa say, the small choices in everyday life. Something far more meaningful and important than that. Something I truly want to say to you when you make a decision. This is a recognition that small decisions often reveal who we truly are. The narratives of Sul.ui and Song.hwa beyond fiction, who are Sul.ui and Song.hwa. In the world of Korean fiction, these two characters often appear in contemplative narratives that explore life, loneliness, friendship, and choices. They're not characters living in grand worlds. They live ordinary lives, face small conflicts, but with deep emotion. One of their most iconic exchanges goes, "I agree with what you're thinking right now." So, you've made a good decision. The repetition of the word agree doesn't mean passiveness. Instead, it's a form of recognition and validation for someone else. When someone says, "I agree with what you're thinking," it's the softest way to say, "I believe in you." When small decisions become the roots of courage, back to Taehyung. He is not just an idol with a beautiful voice and stunning visuals. He's an artist with deep emotions. In interviews and song lyrics, he often talks about the importance of being honest with oneself, even if that means making different choices from others. And those decisions often seem small on the surface. Choosing to go on a solo trip, sketching instead of dancing, reading a book amidst a crowd, or simply saying no to an invitation. Yet these are acts of purest courage, because not all bravery comes with cheers. Many come in the form of quiet. An unheard but felt conversation. Imagine sitting at your dining table, looking out the window. A worry crosses your mind. Will the decision you made today lead to a negative consequence in the future? Then you remember a sentence from someone you admire. "I agree with what you're thinking right now." Maybe that line came from Taehyung's tweet, maybe from a drama you watched, but it feels real. It feels like a friend sitting silently across the table, just smiling at you. That sentence doesn't offer solutions, nor does it give guarantees, but it offers emotional support, something often more needed than just answers. What we learn from Taehyung. Taehyung has repeatedly shown that he values silence, reflective moments, and a life that doesn't always have to be loud. When he paints, when he takes photos, even when he simply walks in a park. These are his ways of appreciating the small moments. We learn from him that life is not always about performance. Sometimes, life is about choosing to sleep early, choosing to cry without feeling weak, choosing not to smile in front of the camera. A letter to yourself. If you're someone who often questions your small decisions, am I too sensitive? Was this the right choice? Am I too slow? Do I seem weird? The answer might be, no, you made a good decision. And if you're unsure who would say that to you, let the words of Taehyung and fictional characters like Sul.ui and Song.hwa fill that space, not as an idol or a story character, but as a voice of your heart you've needed all along. A gentle truth. In a world that celebrates speed, achievement, and grand gestures, we need people like Taehyung who remind us that small things matter too, that a simple yes or no at a small crossroads in life can lead us to places we never expected. That simple words like, I agree with what you're thinking right now. So, you made a good decision, can be an anchor of calm in life's storm. You are not alone. If today you're unsure about a small decision you made, changing plans, declining an invite, choosing silence, or just deciding to walk, remember, it's part of how you show love to yourself. And if no one else says, I agree, then let this article be the witness that you deserve to be heard, understood, and appreciated. You made a good decision. And I agree with you.